what ends up happening is people fall in love with the front of the box, right? You see the box color,
Yeah.
you see this pretty model with like blonde hair, and you're like, I want to have that hair color. But the reality is, at home, you really can only change your hair color up 2 levels or down 2 levels. So what does a level of hair mean? So for starters, but this is just a good gauge of kind of knowing where you are on the color spectrum. So if you are someone who's like a level 3 and all of a sudden you want to be Katy Perry blonde, a box is not going to do that. Ash colors are for those women out there who find that their browns always look too red for them. They always find like they look in the mirror, they're like, you know, I don't like my brown, it always looks a little reddish. You want to put ash into your mixture, all right? You want to pick an ash tone. Now, the box itself looks funky. So you're going to look at that picture of the girl and you're like, wow, her hair looks kind of greenish. But it's not going to do that to your hair if your hair pulls a lot of red, which a lot of brunettes understand that their hair pulls red. Now, on the flip side of the spectrum, if you are a brunette who thinks it's very mousy, very dull, doesn't have the sparkle, the luster you're looking for, by adding a golden tone into your brown mixture is going to give you that. Now, violet is for really those, this is really referring to the blondes. So people who've got blonde hair who say, my hair looks brassy. We often hear that term like, oh, my hair looks really brassy. Right. So violet is really designed to kind of neutralize that brass and give you a nice cooler shade or icier shade of blonde. The neutral tones are the blue tones, which mean basically you're kind of happy with what God gave you, and you just want to knock out some of the grays.
Right.
I just want to get rid of my gray hair. I don't really need it to be redder. I don't need it to be ashier. I just want to keep it the exact color it is, but just knock out my gray. So that is really going to help you guys make your decisions.
I love that. I want to print it and put it in my purse.
Like, let's say we have a couple examples here. Medium ash brown is your goal. So that means you're a level 4. That means you're somewhere in this world. So your start off point needs to be no darker
than 2.
And no lighter than this.
Gotcha.
Because that's kind of your range. And
that's your zone.
Yeah, that's your zone. You cannot push behind that. If you have run into a problem, so let's say, I'll talk to my mom with the problem. So she picked up an ash. Now her hair is very gray. So when you have a lot of ash in your formula for gray hair, it doesn't cover very well, because you need to put the gold and the red into the formula to actually conceal the gray. So she bought the light ash brown when she should be a light natural brown. So what ended up happening is she washed her hair, she FaceTimed me, she's like, look, it didn't cover at all. I'm like, Mom, I told you not to buy that one. I'm like, just pay the extra $2, it's gonna be a lot better.
Yeah. Or just come over.
Just go, you're like, I could do that. You know? Now that being said, you cannot fix a mistake easily. So if someone has gone and picked a color that they think is the right shade for themselves, they picked like a brown.
That's when you go to a professional.
You got to go to a professional. You cannot buy, for example, if you've got hair from here to here that's grown out, that might be dark brown, and all of a sudden you're like, I want to go lighter, and you have this much virgin hair. You cannot buy a box of light brown color, because this will look perfect, but this will not be corrected. Color cannot lift color. All right,
so if you are rocking a calico cat, you got to go to a pro.
Yes, and get them to fix it once. It's really important to understand that.